Marriage and Family has abolished the category forbidding marriage with people of the same sex. So it means that people of the same sex now have a chance to, to make a family. So that's what I mean. I'm sorry for using the wrong word.
Are the economists satisfied with their answer? Okay, so as the anthropologist has mentioned, the change in Tate holiday, the moderators would like to address a question, and that is a sector in our society advocating that solar and lunar New Year should be merged as one Tate holiday, one New Year holiday only. So what are your opinions on this project? Do you think that it is a positive or negative trend? We'd like to give all four groups 3 minutes of discussion, after which the order of speakers will be decided. The time for discussion has elapsed. Do any panel would want to go first? Please raise your placard if you wish to. Yes, economists?
From our point, I think that the merging of lunar and solar new year is negative because I think that from an economic viewpoint, I think that we think that the lunar new year provides many economic benefits. First, it will stimulate the market because you know that many families will prepare for their Tate holiday. The food market and also many commodities in the market will be will be produced, and also the buying power of people will increase. And also, as Vietnamese youngsters has said, tourism in these occasions has increased threefold from 2014 to 2017, and we think that tourism also contributes economically to the budget, national budget. Also, from the workers' part, we think that they would, after a long year of working, we think that they should they deserve the spiritual needs of relaxing, because you know that they would reunite with their family, they would enjoy the atmosphere of free and relaxed lifestyles, and this in turn will boost their productivity after Tet holiday, because their mindset is relaxed and replenished after a long holiday. Also, for those who argue that after Tet holiday, the workers will the productivity will slack, because the workers still have the relaxing attitude. We think that it is a matter of policy, because the company, the authority should impose more stricter policies on the workers, so that after a Tet holiday they will work more. And we have seen this in many companies and many national agencies, because they put fines on the workers for taking day off after Tet holiday for going to pagodas and temples. And I think this is a positive step towards improving the productivity after Tet holiday.
Yes, thank you, The Economist. We'd now like to invite the anthropologist to answer this question.
Okay, so on behalf of anthropologists, I would like to state our stance, which is we disapprove of the merging of lunar and solar new year. Okay, so let's look from a culturalist point of view. You can see that like Tet holiday has a very deep spiritual meaning to our culture. Like you know that we originate from the agricultural culture, so our season, our activities around the year depends heavily on the harvesting season, and since then it has become a huge part of our spiritual, religious values. So we think that if we just adopt the solar new year, it would mean nothing to us. It would be meaningless to our culture. And so, if we do so, why don't we just merging all holidays around the year in one just a big chunk of time, so that we can work more effectively. Like it is, to our point of view, it is very, ridiculous and pointless. Okay, so thank you.
Thank you, anthropologist. We'd like to invite the overseas Vietnamese to present your answer.
The overseas Vietnamese would like to state our point that we would not agree to the merging of the Lunar New Year and the Gregorian New Year. And first of all, we think that the Solar New Year is just the time for people to enjoy the very first moment of the New Year. That it will not represent all of the spiritual values of the Lunar New Year. And the Lunar New Year has always been Vietnamese core culture, and it represents the character of Vietnamese. And also, this is the time for the overseas Vietnamese like us to go back to our motherland and to gather and to reunite with our family members. And
And this is like the biggest festivities of the year that we will cherish, and we would like to maintain the values of the Lunar New Year, that the merging will not be suitable for the overseas Vietnamese like us.
Okay, so now we'd like to invite Vietnamese youngsters.
From our perspective, we agree with the anthropologist that our calendar is based on the moon and the sun cycle. We combine these two cycles to make a calendar. Our ancestor has based on this calendar to decide the exact time of many festivals and traditional occasions. So when we merge the two, when we follow the holiday, follow the Western calendar, we stand the chance of losing all of these traditional festival and occasion. Also, we found it really irrational when we adopt the other countries' holidays such as Christmas and Halloween and Valentine. Yeah, but we abandon our traditional holidays, so it makes no sense. Yes.
Okay.
We have some question.
Yes.
We want to pose a question to the economists that if our national economies affected by the state holiday, because why our countries is having a holiday and all the other part of the world is working and their week and the commercials and anything else is taking place like normally. Our economies affected by that?
Yes. We'd like to give all followers 2 minutes of discussion on this question from the Vietnamese youngsters. time for discussion has elapsed, we'd like to invite economists to answer the Vietnamese youngsters' question.
So we'd like to answer the question posed by the Vietnamese youngsters. About the question, we believe that we having a Lunar New Year doesn't affect our national economy. First, when we mention about our economy might lag behind other countries, when we take, for example, like according to the national calendar now, it's about 10 days for workers. Then to have a 10-day holiday that we have made our national governance as well as other countries, we have to set up another calendar before that to sign contracts with other companies from other countries, or we have, want to make any bank transaction or so on, trade with other countries, we have to make all a calendar for that. And you all know that even when we have a holiday, all companies will have someone to be present at the company to respond to any changes in the trading process. And also, when we mention about we have a long holiday, then we didn't take into account the fact that other countries, they also have long holidays. For example, in Malaysia and Singapore, they have 4 long holidays. Or in Western countries, they have the Christmas holiday, which lasts for about a month or so. And also, during that time, the youngsters in that country, like you, they also have a month off. They don't have to go to school. They can go on a trip with their friends, and then they also contribute to the tourism. And also, according to some national statistics, we have the consumer price index that hasn't changed in comparison with other months. So we see that the process of trading, of buying and selling, doesn't show any much alterations in comparison with other months. And also the fact that the process of trading maybe lag behind or might slow down a little bit doesn't mean that our whole national economy is being influenced by that. Like when you study for an exam, like you cram for a few more hours, doesn't mean that your score will get higher, 1 or 2 points. Thank you.
Thank you. Does any other panels have a question to address? Okay. If none, we'd like to pose another questions on this topic. First, the overseas Vietnamese and of course the Vietnamese youngsters too have mentioned that many singers are now including English words into their song, and that at schools we are learning more and more languages. So we'd like to ask you that many youngsters are now mixing English into Vietnamese in our daily vernacular. Do you think that this is a positive trend? Would it have any bad influences on Vietnam's culture and economy as a whole? We'll give all 4 panels 3 minutes of discussion, after which the other speakers will be decided. time for discussion has elapsed. Does any panel would like to? Yes, overseas Vietnamese.
So we would like to state our stand on the problem of mixing foreign languages and Vietnamese. First, about your example about music, we don't think it's about the music fact. We don't think it's a negative change because using some English word in the chorus can make the song become catchy and may popularize our tunes and beats to the international music market. However, on the whole, I think this trend of mixing foreign languages and Vietnamese is negative because it will make Vietnamese people will not study Vietnamese properly. For example, in many simple contexts, we can use very common Vietnamese words like vui, sướng, but Vietnamese youngster right now, many of them use things like mình rất là happy, mình rất là sad, and we think that is the first signs of cultural erosion. And maybe by using foreign languages in those kind of contexts can make the learners in Vietnam will have the incorrect grasp of the languages they are studying because the sad and happy are used in many kinds of different contexts rather than in their simple sentences like that. So that's the end of our answer. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, overseas Vietnamese, for your answer. We will now turn to anthropologists.
So on behalf of our group, we don't agree with the overseas Vietnamese that from the art aspect, we can accept to use some English words in the lyrics to make the melody more catchy. Because the art will ask for the creativity. However, some songs that to use to perform in the conference that will require the clarity, so that we shouldn't use the English word in the lyrics. And about the term of language, when the Vietnamese people speak English too much, it somehow can be judged as a really negative way because our speech will show our attitudes about the problem we talk about, so we shouldn't use English when too much in the daily life. We should minimize this.
Thank you, social cultural anthropologists. And now we'd like to invite the economists.
The delegation of economists accept the integration of English words into Vietnamese songs because thanks to the incorporation of English words into the Vietnamese chorus, for example, then the songs will be, as other delegation have mentioned, will be more catchier and that this would lead to a more expanding music industry. And also this underscores the fact that many Vietnamese artists nowadays are more willing to integrate themselves into the international music industries, and they will increase the possibility, the contingency of girding themselves to vie with a host of rivals from other foreign countries, and this will promote our music industry, and in turn more foreign artists will be willing to cooperate with artists from Vietnam. This will lead to a more reinforced and more expanding brand of our Vietnamese music label.
Thank you, economists. Last but not least, we'll have Vietnamese youngsters.
On behalf of the Vietnamese youngster, I would like to answer the question. So we divide this merging two languages in conversation into positive and negative side. Regarding the negative side, the moderator mentioned adding English word in song, and we find it really in a negative sense. By adding English words in the chorus of the song, make it cooler, but it's really change the whole. The way the youngster think what a good song, what listening song would be like, and I think this would make Vietnamese song turn into a really negative way. But there are also some reasonable excuse for why people add in English in Vietnamese conversations. Regarding the overseas Vietnamese, maybe sometimes they can find the exact word to express the idea that they want to figure out. So they add the English word or some kind of foreign language into their conversation, and that's reasonable. However, after all, we still think that it's a negative chance, and if we add too much foreign language or specifically English, it will bastardize and corrupt the purity of Vietnamese, and we totally disagree with that.
Is there any further question addressed to any of the panels here? Yes, anthropologists?
We would like to pose a question to overseas Vietnamese and the economists. I noticed that you mentioned in your speech that integrating English in songs can make it more popular to the foreign countries, right? But I think it is not necessarily the case, because I doubt that the foreigners will hear anything, they would not catch any meaning from the song with just choppy chunks of English, because and if you want to attract publicity from the world, maybe from the global market, maybe you can just make a song wholly in English or wholly in Vietnamese to establish our own features, rather than doing half this and half that. It is just not effective, and it's not good in our opinion.
The overseas Vietnamese?
We have several minutes to discuss.
Okay. Meanwhile, we'll have the comments too.
With your questions of your panel, we want to add more information to our previous answers. What we have mentioned before is we only mentioned the market music. Like in the Korean music, they also add some English words in their songs, and they also make the song become more catchy and become popular in the scale global. So we think that is fine to the market music industries, just market one. And about the classic and traditional music, we still want to maintain and enhance the originalities of our songs, sometimes like Tiao or and that's our answer to the question.
Okay, thank you. We comprehend your point. However, we would like to make some clarification. Our main concern is that we think that adding the English words in song would not attract publicity. Like the song, the Korean songs you mentioned, maybe they are good in tunes and melodies, not because of the English words in them. And we think that adding English words in song is just unnecessary and ineffective. Okay, that's our point.
we'll have 1 to 2 minutes of discussion, after which we'll hear the economist's answer to the anthropologist's question. Time for discussion has elapsed. We'll now have the economists present your answer.
To answer your question, we think that when incorporating English in music, especially chorus, then it is a determining factor in popularizing music, because when the people listen to a piece of music, especially the chorus, and they remember English, because English is an international language, so they can easily remember them, and therefore the chance of liking them will increase. And we think that this is a beneficial factor in enlarging, expanding our music industry, especially market and commercial industry, music industry.
Thank you, economist, for your answer. Vietnamese, overseas Vietnamese.
So we would like to expand the economist answer. We totally agree with the economist panelists on their answer. However, we also think that using English word in Vietnamese songs is kind of beneficial to our industry, because YouTube is the largest social media channels for uploading and streaming videos, and now they have the function of translating the lyrics when the song is played, so that I think even foreigner can still understand our language based on that translation, and that kind of translation is very close to the real meaning of the song. And another factor is that the youngster taste of music right now largely based on the tunes and beats, so I think the lyrics may not be the biggest factor when we consider music, when we consider Vietnamese music using some English word in the songs. Thank you.
Thank you, overseas Vietnamese, for your answer. As there is no further questions addressed on this problem, we would like to offer everybody a 10 minutes break, and after which we'll come back to the forum. Các